To the men out there, have you ever felt frustrated in your relationship, but you couldn't quite explain why? Maybe you've heard, "I love you," but it just didn't hit the mark. That's because men don't crave love the way that women do. What we need, what we're wired for, is respect. Let me tell you why respect is everything for men. Respect in particular for men validates a man's natural biological role as protector, provider, and leader. Without respect, love can feel very hollow or even patronizing, and it doesn't address his core need to be seen as capable and trustworthy. Now, don't get me wrong. Men do value love. And I say that as a man who's celebrating his 16-year wedding anniversary this month. But it's not our primary measure of relationship safety, worth, or even satisfaction. And this is even reflected in our biology. Testosterone and respect have an interlinked relationship. Now, testosterone, the hormone most associated with masculinity, women have it too, but men have a lot more, is closely tied to feelings of confidence, leadership, and confidence. When a man perceives respect from the people around him, especially his partner, through words or actions, it triggers an increase in testosterone production. This boost in testosterone enhances his drive to lead, solve problems, and protect the relationship. Yes, the more respected a man feels, the more testosterone he has, and the more protective he becomes of the people who respect him. There was even a study from the field of psychoneuroendocrinology that highlights how testosterone increases in men who feel admired and respected, improving focus and motivation during tasks. This is a documented, proven relationship between respect and testosterone. So anybody out there who wants to have a healthier relationship at all, you need to make sure that respect is a primary feature in that relationship. It's also a measurement of safety for a number of reasons. Now, most very masculine men are not going to look for safety in relationships. So the word safety usually doesn't fit quite right for them. But let me help understand what safety actually means in this context, okay? A couple of pieces. Number one, for men, respect in relationship signals their partner trusts their abilities to make decisions, to solve problems, and lead effectively. A woman might love you, but she still might cheat on you or take control over you. If she sees you as a child, she can still love you, but if she sees you as a man, she's going to respect you. Manhood, healthy manhood, commands respect naturally. It doesn't steal it. The natural response to a truly healthy man is respect and admiration because he lives to honorable goals. He has integrity. He keeps his word. He is stable. He is capable. All of that engenders natural respect from others who see them. So if a woman loves a man, that's cool. But if she respects him, he's safe in the relationship from her not being loyal, usually, as long as she's a good woman. He's safe from her cheating on him, having a child secretly with somebody else. A woman who respects you will be devoted to you. Crucial. Now remember that respect is directly tied to trust in his character. And trust is a cornerstone of more secure attachment. Trust tells men their efforts are not only seen, but appreciated. It reinforces their sense of purpose within the relationship. It tells them that people are securely attached to them instead of just wobbly, I'm attached to what you give me or the feelings you make me feel. When a man hears, I love you, he might say, I'm glad that you feel good about me. When a man hears, I respect you, his brain thinks, I am glad that you see my character as worthy of trust and that you are going to stay with me and be loyal. Big difference between love and respect, typically, for most men. Okay, reinforcing that sense of purpose within the relationship of you respect me, I must stay worthy of that respect. It helps him rise to that challenge in a good man. Respect says, I believe in you and your ability to rise to challenges and to maintain honorable character during difficult times. This trust strengthens his commitment. It eliminates fears of betrayal or being undervalued so he can give more to the relationship. A lot of women say, I can't give myself fully to the relationship till I feel loved. A lot of men, same thing. I can't give myself fully to this relationship until I feel respected. Now, there are a lot of women out there who say, I'm exhausted. I'm always in my masculine. The mental load is too much. I wish he would just take the lead and do things and make decisions in the relationship. I'm exhausted. Why won't he lead? And a lot of women are worn out. Respect fuels leadership. When a woman, again, expresses respect to that man, it creates a surge of testosterone in him, a hormone that drives confidence, focus, and leadership, and stronger decision-making, and more likelihood of making decisions for you so that you don't have to. With respect comes the pressure inside a man to rise to the occasion and maintain that respect, a challenge that good men embrace. Now, a lot of women at this point say, okay, I'm willing to try this. How do I show respect to the man who's in my life? Here are some actionable examples of cultivating respect backed by science. Number one, men have skills and competence. It's what we accrue in our life. Skills makes us who we are, and our competence makes us masters in our areas. You need to acknowledge his competence. Verbal affirmations activate reward centers in men's brains, reinforcing their confidence and sense of purpose. This is not, oh, good boy. Oh, you did a good job. Here's a gold star. That's not what this is, though you can do that to children to sort of foster some of this trust and respect. An example here is, hey, I trust you to figure this out. You're great at handling situations like this. During a crisis. Hey, you know what? I know that you're going to get us through this. Hey, I know it's hard right now, but I believe that you are going to get up from this and make a difference. I believe in you during hardship. I trust you. These are enormously important statements. Okay? Why does this work? Because it shows belief in his abilities. That fosters emotional and physical engagement. He wants to rise to that challenge. Men love challenges when someone believes in them. Now, respect is incredibly important during conflict. In moments of conflict, a lot of women who've been burned, they roll their eyes, they sigh, they get sarcastic, they push back, they get angry, accusatory, and they actually make the situation worse and then tell him, I have no faith in you and I think you're going to screw everything up and I don't trust you. You're a child. I still love you, but get out of my face so that I can be the man here. And a lot of men hear that messaging, which is why a woman can love you but still cheat on you because she doesn't respect you. She sees you like a child. The respect component does not mean being a doormat, ladies. It means saying, instead of saying, you always mess things up, it's things like, hey, I know you are trying your best and I want to work through this together. So let's find a better way forward. Okay? Key changes like that. Working together. Asking more questions to understand where he's coming from. The accusations, the sarcasm, the eye rolling, all of that just serves to undermine the relationship and you may as well just break up tomorrow. Why does respect during conflict work? Because the respect during conflict reinforces, again, that safety, but the stability. And it minimizes his fight or flight response. He's more likely to calm down and lean in, especially if his testosterone is going up because you believe in him. Big difference. A third thing that really helps show respect is showing gratitude. Expressing gratitude for his contributions, whether they're large or small, taps into his need for recognition and trust. And again, this isn't like, oh, good job, baby. You brought me a candy bar. Thank you so much. That's not what this is. That would be disgusting. Don't ever do that again, unless you want to end your relationship fast. An example of this is, hey, thank you for taking care of that issue. It really made a difference for me. Hey, thank you for filling my car up with gas. Thank you for paying that bill and on time getting that in. Thank you for working so hard at that job that you hate to take care of us. I know it's really tough. Hey, thank you for coming to this family event with me. It meant a lot to me. I know it was probably exhausting for you, but it meant a lot that you did that for me. Hey, thank you for supporting me during this really hard time. Hey, thank you for bringing me the soup or that pizza when I was tired or hungry. Hey, thank you for door dashing me that sandwich. Thank you. Gratitude. Thanks for the things you have provided. Okay. Gratitude strengthens that dopamine, respect, feedback loop, which also increases testosterone, motivating him to do more. That thank you for what you do. One of the best things my wife does when I'm working hard at my job is she walks up, puts her arms around my neck and gives me a hug and says, thank you for working so hard for our family. Does that mean she doesn't work hard for our family? No, she works her absolute tail off, but she's still thankful for the labor I'm putting in. Do I do the same thing back? Absolutely. But here's the thing. A lot of women hear that and say, why should I have to thank him for the hard work? I'm working hard too. You're ruining your relationship. Okay? You are ruining your relationship with that kind of thinking. Well, if I thank him, then it makes him feel like he's the only one working hard. You're ruining your relationship. If you cannot show gratitude to a man in a relationship, you cannot have a relationship with a man. And you are probably at least half of the problem in your relationship, probably more like 75% of the problem. Okay? You need to be able to show respect to the man. And if you're with a man that you can't respect, you need to leave the relationship because there's a massive problem. Why would you be with a man you can't respect? Why would you do that to yourself? Why don't you respect yourself enough to be with a man that you respect? Only be in a relationship with a man that you can respect. And if you currently don't, and you're married to him, work with him to become a man who's worthy of respect. That's another thing you can do, but he must rise to that challenge. Men must be worthy of respect, and then women need to give respect. That is mandatory for relationships to function. Now, why can't relationships work if she doesn't respect him, right? We've seen, 40 years of sitcoms of women just, rolling their eyes. Men are stupid. All the fathers in every sitcom is a complete idiot. Men are stupid. Only women are smart. Men are idiots. Every commercial teaches women disrespect for stupid, oafish men. This has been really fostered into our society, okay? It's not that every woman is disrespectful. That's not the case in any way, shape, or form. But it is so saturated into our culture that it's hard to remember that that's not how it's supposed to be. Respect builds great relationships. Disrespect destroys relationships, okay? A woman disrespecting a man is the same as a man cruising pornography on the couch in front of her. That's a pretty sharp statement, but it's true. It fosters a tremendous amount of resentment and withdrawal on both sides. When a man feels disrespected, it creates a massive psychological dissonance between his role in the relationship and how he's perceived. This leads to an emotional shutdown as his efforts feel futile, useless, and undervalued. I work 12 hours a day at a job I hate to take care of my family, and when I come home, my wife tells me that I contribute nothing to our family because I didn't take her on a date or do the laundry. She says I do nothing. That's soul crushing. That is soul crushing. And yet that's a standard thing that a lot of men hear from their wives. You do nothing for me. And he's like staggering in the door, covered in like smoke and soot and blood from on his hands. And he's exhausted. You do nothing for our family. Disrespect. He's doing something, most likely. Maybe not fully what you're looking for, but something. And again, back to gratitude. Studies in social, cognitive, and affective neuroscience confirm that perceived disrespect reduces activity in brain areas tied to connection and trust. This means that emotional withdrawal is a natural but damaging response. When he feels disrespected, you get less emotional intimacy, and he doesn't want to connect to you. Ladies, when you don't feel loved, do you want to immediately have sex? Probably not. When he doesn't feel respected, do you really think he wants to have a conversation with you, hold your hand, talk about your day, listen to your difficulties, help you emotionally regulate? Do you think he cares if he feels massively disrespected and he's told that he has contributed nothing to the family? If you roll your eyes when he talks, if a problem comes up and you say, I'll just do it, you always get it wrong. Do you really think that's going to happen? It also gets more destructive if the man is not emotionally regulated. And some men, quite honestly, are not. There's a lashing out effect. And I don't mean physically. I'm not blaming women for that aspect. I mean resentment. when he emotionally lashes out. He feels deeply disrespected. Men who feel that way are more likely to lash out emotionally in an attempt to regain control, defend their worth, start arguments with you. If he's arguing with you over stupid things and you don't understand why, it's probably because he feels disrespected somewhere in the relationship. This often spirals into destructive cycles of conflict that further erode the foundation of the relationship. So let's be really, really clear. What does disrespect look like in some of its most common ways? Number one is public or private criticism, like belittling, questioning his competence, complaining about him in public. Okay? Complaining to other people. Complaining to your friends, complaining to people about how stupid he is, how he doesn't care, how he doesn't dress nice, complaining to other people and shaming him, embarrassing him, even just privately to his face, belittling him and telling him he is incompetent. Betrayal is obviously like cheating, but also lying, breaking promises. This signals his efforts and trustworthiness are not valued and that you're going to stab him in the back, because he's unworthy of your respect. Now, if you're cheating, lying, and breaking promises, that actually is about your character, not him. But what he'll feel is that you're not responding to his character with trust and respect. Disrespect usually looks like, again, rolling eyes, not listening, not caring, dismissing, and you saying, I'm going to have to do it anyway. A lot of women who say, men are pointless, men are worthless, we don't need men anymore. They say this while they're single, then they get into a relationship with a man and that feeling doesn't go away. That concept doesn't go away. She doesn't get with a man and then say, oh yes, I do need a good man. There's a lot of disrespect and it's destroying love. Disrespect is actually more harmful even than a lack of love, because disrespect undermines a man's confidence and sense of purpose in the relationship. A man who feels disrespected will often withdraw emotionally and physically, leading to massive disconnection. The impact, especially of pity and infantilization, you can love a man, but pity him and look at him like a child. Men loathe to be pitied or treated like a project. Respect means recognizing his power to grow and change, not treating him like someone who needs fixing. So even if you are trying to fix him like a child, you're cultivating him like a little flower, that is still disrespect. Disrespect doesn't even have to be mean. It can just be pity. Disrespect also triggers the release of cortisol, that stress hormone in men, particularly during moments of public or private criticism. That elevated cortisol levels disrupts cognitive clarity and erodes emotional resilience, causing men to lash out defensively or withdraw entirely. And over time, persistent cortisol spikes lead to emotional burnout and reduced intimacy and reduced interest in intimacy. It also activates that sympathetic nervous system, blocks oxytocin reception so that he cannot chemically bond for quite some time. And if he builds a cortisol association with you that whenever you're around, he feels hurt and in pain, and he's waiting for your next criticism, his sympathetic nervous system will chronically spike in your presence and block bonding with you from then on. He will probably never bond with you again. Now, again, how does respect motivate men? Well, that transformational power of respect is huge. Respect ignites a man's natural drive to protect, provide, and lead. A woman who shows genuine respect inspires her partner to be the best version of himself, worthy of her trust and admiration. Men rise to respect. Respect creates a positive feedback loop. The more a man feels respected, the more he wants to live up to it. Then he does. And then more respect is given. Then he wants to live up to that. This leads to a healthier communication, greater commitment, deeper intimacy in the relationship. You will respect him more over time as he rises to the respect that you give him. Respect also triggers dopamine, by the way, in the brain's reward chemical, which reinforces behaviors that align with leadership and competence. The more he does those good things and you give him that respect feedback, it's not, oh, good boy. It's, hey, I'm really actually very proud to be with you and seeing the growth you've made. I really respect you for the hard work you've put in and the changes you've made. And then he's going to push on those changes even more. And then you really will deeply respect him. And you say, hey, I thought I respected you before, but wow, I am continuously blown away by you. And I really respect you even more than I did before. And then he goes, right? And he increases and increases. The truth, ladies and men who are watching this, is that when men feel trusted and valued, that dopamine surge motivates them to take action even more than before, motivates them to solve problems and improve their role in the relationship. So make sure that you are communicating respect in your relationship. Respect is not just about actions. It's about what you say, how you say it, your body language, using phrases like, I trust your judgment, or I know you'll figure this out, to reinforce his sense of capability. You can give a man respect, especially when he's down, and it helps him grow. Men out there, I would love to hear your feedback on this. If this video resonated with you, even if it didn't, let me know in the comments. What does respect mean to you in a relationship? Is respect truly more important to you than love in a relationship? It is for me. I'd love to hear from your perspective. And everybody out there, if this is something you're currently facing in your relationship, this lack of respect, I can help you build some healthy relationship systems that enable secure attachment through a proven 5-step system. Join my attachment repair program by going to the website linked down in the description below, adamlanesmith.com. I'd love to help you there. Guys, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Thank you for respecting me, and I respect your time as well. I hope this was useful. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought. Turn on notifications, and maybe I'll see you in my next live stream. See you there.